are back. Final guy wrapping it up today, Myles. So he just got out of class at 3:30 and was here by 3:39. So
Try my best to get down there fast.
that's how he does it. He wanted to talk to you guys. So questions for Myles, let me know in the chat and we'll take your questions. We'll go ahead and get started with Ryan Young from Rivals.
Hey, Myles. Yeah, just in general, when you guys kind of processed last season, what was the major takeaway on defense and kind of the one thing that you want to be better at this year as a group, the one emphasis this spring?
Yeah, I would say one of the biggest things that comes up to mind is just stop tackles. If you look at a lot of film, we had a lot of tackles bleed last year. So I said that's one of the biggest things that we're going to focus on just in the spring. We've been working hard in the weight room. So now it's just about really translating that as a group and just making sure, like, when the ball starts there and one guy's on and we're going to stop it right there at the end.
And you've run in some very intriguing transfer additions. Uh, any of those guys stand out to you already just through kind of the offseason workouts and stuff?
Yeah, I would say everybody. The game of football is changing now with the transfer portal. And I think all of the new additions that we brought in, I mean, they're all showing something. It's going to be fun to be able to see everybody now mesh once we get back on the field come Wednesday.
Thank you.
Okay, others. Jim, did you have anything? Jim may not be back yet. All right. Go ahead, Ryan. Got another one from Ryan. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll keep going. Just in terms of the overall vibe of the program, obviously a tough year last year, but with the staff changes, with the influx of new players, which is kind of the feel around the facility these last couple months.
Me personally, I think it's been pretty good. I think a lot of things have, changed since I've been here. Just with the whole vibe of just how everything's starting from, top down. Workouts have been, exceptionally a boost. Everybody's been excited to get back, keep working with each other, really putting in hard work. And, obviously, like you said, last year, that was a bad taste in our mouth. And it just, it really feels like everybody that we got right now is just bought in and just really, putting those words to action now and actually making change. So,
And what's the biggest thing that gives you confidence that you guys can take a big step forward this year and kind of get back on the track you expect to be on?
I would just say, everybody still believes. The coaches still believe in us, which is good. I mean, we're out there playing, but they're the ones that's giving us, game plans. They're with us every day as well. And so when you have a coach that's bought into it, as well with you, I think that just makes everything better. It helps the players just, continue to not give up. So that's probably what I would say is the biggest thing.
Great, thank you.
Okay, we'll go to Jim McGill from Bear Insider.
Hey, Myles, you're a guy that a lot of people who study edge guys see a lot of potential in with your dynamic skill set. What do you think it takes for that to translate into more sacks and even take it up to a next level this coming season?
Right now, for me personally, I would just say focus on the technique throughout the whole entire game. You can't just only have the technique, the first half of the game. It's going to really count when it gets into the third quarter. Those last few moments in the fourth quarter, those big drives, 2-minute game situations. Like, how can I still, go out there and have that same, technique, that same, things like pad level, the same get off, same thing with my hands, the way I'm shooting. How can I still incorporate that all through the whole way when, the time's getting hard, when you're tired and you're fatigued. That's going to be the biggest thing where, those sack numbers can go up, more tackles for loss. And it's just a matter of putting it all together and, always having it. So
you've moved around a lot in your time at Cal, and you seem to have really found a home at outside linebacker. What's it like coming into this season as a guy who is probably going to be looked to be one of the leaders on defense as opposed to what you've been used to so far?
Right, yeah, it's definitely a new feeling, something that I'm, taking on pretty, excitingly. I'm just glad to now just, I still got things that I got to get better with now, and I just have guys, asking me questions here and there. Like you said, it's a position that I'm not usually used to, but I'm just embracing it. I'm willing to take it on to a new level, especially if it's going to help us win. So right now, it's just biggest thing I can just say is just excited and, ready to get out there on Wednesday.
How much of an impact does it have having so many defensive line guys out where maybe you don't have as many bodies taking up the offensive lineman as you would have been otherwise? Does it free you up more when those guys get back, hopefully in the fall, where near maybe the next line of defense instead of the first line of defense?
Yeah, I think last year, still a lot of guys stepped up with, like you said, a lot of the D-line guys that we had out. They still did a good job of stepping up, when needed, making plays, but definitely just having that whole room back. I mean, it's obviously just going to make the whole room better, the whole defense better. Just having more bodies, whenever they might have to rotate or, need a playoff, whatever the case may be, that just gives, the whole group, I feel like, a boost of energy, boost of bodies, boost of weight, and just all things that help, implement to our defense and being, number one defense in the Pac-12 for this upcoming season.
Does having a guy like Brett Johnson back in the fall who might occupy a lot of double teams free you up more on the edge?
Shoot, I hope so. I hope so, honestly.
Thanks.
I've got one for you as well. Can you talk a little bit about going back to Dallas for you and Craig and, being the season opener down there next year? Is that something even, 8 months ahead of time that you can even think about?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Already thinking about it. When we was at home over break, all the family members and the friends, they already have that one circled up on their calendar. So definitely don't have to start talking to some teammates, start having whatever availability of tickets I can keep getting. It's going to be a big, exciting moment for sure. I'll have a lot of family down there, and I just want to go down there, put on the show, and get the win. So, yeah, that's going to be a fun one.
Okay, looks like Ryan Young has another question. Go ahead, Ryan.
Yeah, one last one for me. We've been asking all the offensive guys about their excitement for the new offense. What's your intrigue to go up against an entirely different Cal offense in practice this spring?
I'm also excited about that as well. I think it's going to be a new type of offensive system that we're not really used to seeing all the time in practice. And I think it's going to be better for us because it's going to be more relatable to what we see week in and week out with the Pac-12 teams that we're playing, the type of quarterback style that we're playing with the RPO option, the dash protection with the O-line. They're going to be doing more of those things that we're going to be able to see, starting on Wednesday in spring practice is going to carry us all the way out through fall camp and eventually to what we see in the season. So I think it's going to be a good test for our defense and something that's going to also be needed for us.
Great. Thanks again.
Anybody else with the final question for Myles?
Yeah, I got another one.
Go ahead, Jim.
You have any favorite barbecue spots you're planning on hitting when you're around Dallas, Frisco area?
Definitely Rudy's Barbecue is a big one. That's probably my favorite one, Rudy's Barbecue.
Got it. Thanks.
Yes, sir.
All right. We'll end it on Myles' barbecue advice.
Appreciate y'all.
Thanks.